Good morning. It is 6:52 a.m. on Monday, August 16th. I was almost said 17th, but that would not be correct. 16th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, my Avatar Legends game got rescheduled again yesterday. Now, when I say rescheduled again, we had the first one that got rescheduled. We had that on Friday. So this is the second one. This is the second time we've had to reschedule from the original time slot. But these are all understandable reasons. I think we have to be able to cut each other slack on this sort of thing these days. So I'm really not like, I was looking forward to it, but I can still look forward to it on a different day. It'll be fine. So I'm not like upset on that or anything. Got a little smudge on my glasses. Um, but it does mean that I spent most of the day yesterday playing more Subnautica. And did also, because the weather was nicer than it's been recently, the heat broke a little bit. Took Rocket on a nice long walk. That was nice. The path along the river nearby is just lovely. It's why I chose to live in this location, is so close to that path. It's really nice. And so it was nice yesterday, playing video games and all that. In fact, I played so much Subnautica yesterday that it infected my dreams in the way that games often do when I play them a lot all at once. Have kind of a binge session of one game. I'll tend to dream of it. And I've talked about this before, but the dreams of these video game dreams tend to be very disorienting and frustrating because my brain is trying to continue playing the game, but I no longer have the actual video game system to provide the stimuli. And so my brain is kind of trying to play both sides of the chessboard, so to speak. And it doesn't work right. And so that's disorienting and frustrating. But nonetheless, that game is... I really like it. It's scary in spots, but it also has just this really cool sense of wonder in it. And I just discover how much I love the actual process of being in the water in the three-dimensional exploration in that way. Just because I noticed in particular that there was a moment where I had been exploring a place where you're out of the water and it performs much more like a traditional first-person sort of adventure game in those sections, because you're not floating around in water, obviously. And then when it was time to finally get back into the water, I felt this sigh of relief of like, oh, that's better. And that reaction is what made me realize how much I kind of am really just enjoying the exploration of that. Now, if I was going to criticize the game at all, the first thing I would say is it was 100% the right decision with this playthrough to turn off the survival mechanics where you have to keep eating and drinking in order to survive. Just because, I mean, your mileage may vary. If you really, really love that stuff, then good for you. But I can't help but feel like when I was playing it before where I did have to do that stuff, all it meant was that I had to spend a much higher percentage of my time doing things that were less interesting to me by comparison. And the other thing that I might say just in general is that I think the early game does a relatively good job of guiding you to the various places that you need to go. By virtue of you get these messages from lifeboats, and by following those beacons, you gain little bits of the story and gain various tools there, and it shows you various locations. And I think that that's good up front, but I think as the game progresses, you start getting fewer of those, and it starts becoming a little bit more like, and now you just sort of swim around for a while and hope you find something. Not that it isn't fun to explore, but it just occasionally feels like there's moments where I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. Like, I know an area that I could go if I had a vehicle that could go deeper than my current one can, but I can't yet because I can't. And so I don't know where I'm supposed to go to get the thing that I need to make the vehicle and so on. But it's fine. On the whole, I love the game a lot. I wasn't really planning to talk about that today, but there you have it. So anyway, some more Subnautica, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.